So we're back, and here's the upper manifold. And actually, you can see that there's leaking that's happening here. So that's great. Big thing though is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. Okay, and this thing's going to slide in sideways, and those. So you have to be very careful. So I'm going to put this back over here, and I'm going to show you how you put this on here. And I'm using my car as a brace. So the biggest thing, I'm moving everything out of the way because nothing, here's my old paper's got to go. Make sure we're going to move this. I don't need anything to get in there. You be very careful. I'm going to pull this off. And I am going to, I got to put one more thing here. Some of these have these, some of these don't. Little pad that sits right here. And the manifold, make sure I'm doing this right. Where'd it go? Yeah, this is not going on here. This goes on here. There we go. All right, it's got to go on there. And make sure that there's a hose here. You got to make sure it doesn't. That looks right. Okay. And so that's got to go there. And then what it'll do is it's going to set right on top of that. And so what we're going to do, bring it over here, and it's going to have to kind of go like that, and then it just kind of slides in place. Just like that. I know that seems crazy. Got to make sure that this back is here. Yep, that's there. So, just going to have to tighten everything down and make sure it's on there. But, okay, so what I learned is you don't just tighten anything down in any order. See, it's a little bit out here to make sure that we got it straight. Yeah, it's in there. And what I may do, since I got those, I'm going to go ahead and put the bolts in the side to kind of hold it in place, and then we'll come back. Okay, that's my problem. I always put things down and I lose them. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. I don't know if we get really. First of all, I think we're just gonna go in here by hand. So these little bolts here, and I'll show them to you here in a minute. When this sucker just kind of sits in here, and then you have to get it going with your hand. I'll show you on the second bolt. You got to make sure that it's in here. And one of the things, I'm gonna go ahead and get it, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna try to show you this. I hope you can see it. Oh. I dropped it. Try to go in here, and there's a little bolt here. And I don't know if I can actually get where you can see my fingers. Wow. Now there it is. Okay, there's a bolt right there. I'm trying to thread it. Okay, I threaded it. I'm done. I'll have to do a little bit here. Okay. I don't know if you can actually see it at all. There it is. All that stuff sticking out. I put a bolt there. Thread that bolt there. So now, the issue with this is you need to kind of go, when you're cinching this down, you don't cinch all the bolts down at the same time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one over here, 7. You got to do is make sure so that you don't have an issue. You need to cinch them down like you do, just kind of rotate through them. And don't like cinch all one down. A lot of times we get excited and we go, hey, we're going to cinch this one down. But That's not the best way to do it. So we're going to get, whew. Yeah, now my fingers are starting to be a little cold. So let's see what we got here. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we need this little guy here. So we'll just go a little bit here. We'll do a little bit there. Then we'll go a little bit in here. We'll go a little bit here. We'll just our goal is to cinch them down. We don't want to mess. We don't want to make any of them. There's one here like hiding in the very back. And it's hard, really hard to find. Okay, there it is. We're going to come up here. I'm going to mess with this one here. And we're going to come here. Oh, that one just slid down. There we go. You're just kind of trying to, you want to go here. You know, what you want to do is just do a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is tighten one down, and then you don't have a good seal on there. Okay, so now I'm going to go here. Oh, that one decided to go down. So I'm just kind of rocking back and forth. Where's that guy? There he is. Like I say, if I did this all the time, I know exactly where everything is. But I only do this for fun. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, come on. Okay, I remember what I did for this. To get it crawled up in here, because it's hard to see. So, what should I say? Don't try this at home. Yeah, I guess you could if you needed to. I'm gonna go right up here, and I'm sure there's more of it. Mine's a little random. I'm just trying to make sure I've got them cinched down as much as I can. Go here. Oh. There it is. Well. Well, where is that? There it is. Ah, see, I didn't actually have it going. Okay, like right there. Go here. Go here. Just trying to go. I just want to get them all cinched down and just not cinch them all down at the same time. I'm gonna go here when I find that one. Like I said, man, the other ones are easy to find. This one is so hard to find. There. Okay, so I'm gonna go there. Go here. Go here. Go here. It's starting to get tight. Go here. Uh-oh. Okay. I have a problem. This one's been misthreaded. See, that's the problem right there. I just misthreaded that. And I hope I haven't done any damage. All right, I'm gonna have to look at that. That doesn't look, I don't like that at all. Okay, well, we got a problem. This thing is not set on here right. Okay, that one's not misthreaded. This is this one right here. I don't know how to explain that. Okay. That just looks, yeah, that's off. Okay, so I'm gonna have to loosen all these up. For some reason, this thing's not on here right. And it's misaligned. So I'm sure there's someone who can tell me what I did wrong, but for some reason, that is not. I'm gonna have to take these all off and realign it. It doesn't seem like it's right. Alright. Well, this is about trial and error for me a lot. Well, it's like the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if this is just I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Ah, there it is. Pop loose a little bit. I think the problem that I have here I gotta make sure that this side over here is tight. If I tighten these on over here, I think that is going to help me. There it is. Well, okay, so make sure that these are exactly right. Okay, there it is. Okay, it's just a little bit off. It's just weird because yeah, it's just a little bit off, and so now we're gonna go back and try to do it. There's just a tad off place. So there's I guess that's something you can think about. Gotta be careful that you don't do that. And I hope I haven't done any damage. Problem is this thing is plastic, so theoretically I'm assuming you can screw it in the wrong way. Let's make sure all of this is lined up. All right, now that front is lined up, I'm going to tighten these bolts over here. And this is a 8mm. I'm gonna go over here and tighten this up. I don't want it moving any while I'm working on this. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not an expert at this. It's something that I just like to do. My fingers are starting to get cold, so I have been out here the whole, I did pause it, but I didn't leave. I've been out here the whole time of the video. So like I said, it's about probably 34 degrees out here. And my fingers are starting to get cold. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get this thing. I think this is where I made my mistake. I should have tightened this down and be right in place. And I'm hoping I haven't put any holes in the manifold. Like I said, it is is plastic, and so we'll know when we get it in place if it doesn't seal in there, and we know we've messed it up. So learn from my mistake. Make sure the thing is completely aligned. I think I noticed that, but man, I'm cold. So I guess the moral of the story is don't get in a hurry. I think that goes with anything. Job worth doing is a job worth doing well. And so if you're tuning in for mechanic advice, it's just me doing this. I'm sure there's better mechanics out there that you can learn from. But don't be afraid to do things. Nowadays, you know, people are afraid to do any work. They want to take it down and have some person work on it for them, but some satisfaction in doing it yourself. There's a time where most people did the work themselves. My grandfather, although he's a mechanic, he did all the work himself, you know. And I go over to his house, and he would be doing some work, and he taught me how to change the tire. I could do it effectively by the time I was like 7 or 8. Nowadays, kids know how to Google everything, but they don't seem to have the hands-on knowledge. I mean, they got knowledge, but the application, you know, it's knowledge versus wisdom. Knowledge is knowing something, where wisdom is knowing how to apply it. So I think a lot of people have knowledge, but they don't have no wisdom on how to apply the knowledge that they have. Okay. Now, okay, that's tight. Now we're going to do this again. That's not I'm going to do it right. Let's do this again. And I am hoping and praying I haven't done any kind of damage by trying to screw these things down when they were a little off. I think it's just that front piece that was off. I think the rest of them are all lined up. And we're going to go back here. That same one. I kind of know where it's at now, so I don't have to climb up here. There it is. There it is. Okay, from there, we're going to go back here. We're going to go back here. I'm going to go back here. Go back here. Now we'll just go crisscross. I think I like that. Just doing a crisscross pattern here. And crisscross there. And then go back here. Where's that? So, I think it's just like anything else. Okay, working on a car, you just have to put the time into it and make it work. And yeah, you gotta have I guess you have to have a relationship with your car. If you don't take care of it, like any relationship, if you don't take care of it, it won't be there when you need it. Yeah, so you just kind of, where is that? Oh, we're getting close here. I think this one needs a lot. That one needs a lot. that one needs a lot. This one is starting to get there. Oh, well, see, there's one I can never find back here. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're getting there now. All right. Go back here. Back to that back one here that we never find. Ah! All right, now we'll go here. Go here. Yeah, we're starting to get there. That one's tight. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Ah, my knuckles hit that. I needed a bigger extension. And they're cold. So that makes it even more crazy. Okay, so now we got them tight. Let's go here. A little tighter. A little tighter. You don't want to over tighten these. If you over tighten them, you'll get a problem. All right, there's that one. There we go. Oh, yeah, that needs to be a little tighter. Yeah, it's plastic. If you get it too tight, it'll break. All right, there you go. So now the manifold is in place. So I'll show you. So see, we put that there. No, those plenums are right underneath there. See, that was the one we couldn't line up. And see where I scarred it a little bit, but don't look like it's in bad shape. This one was right. I don't know. I had just a little crooked. So luckily I hadn't cinched it down so far that I had a problem. So what we're gonna have to do now, make sure I got that one tightened up over in the corner. We're gonna just have to attach all the hoses back, which is gonna be fun. We'll just keep working on it. Hopefully, we should have it running in maybe 20 or 30 minutes. So, looks nice with those new pieces. So, I'm just gonna go back to doing it. Yep. My dogs. Although I'm cold, I'd rather get this done and be done with it. I got some things I got to do later today, and quite frankly, you know, when it gets to be 5 o'clock here and the sun goes down, it's gonna freeze again. So my goal is to finish this off before it freezes. I think that would be great. So, you know, now I found the angle. I'm gonna get it tightened now. This is good here. There we go. We're still going, and we're gonna have to go up. There we go. I got it tight. Okay, now we're gonna have to go down here. We're gonna put this in place right here. Okay, so we got that in place right there. All right. You just have to do this in the reverse order of what we did. So most things around here, I got, okay, so I got this right here, and then I got the one below it, and then this one here. So I need some, that. I got this bracket I got to put on it, so this should be fun. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the bracket on next, because the bracket is one of those that I got the bracket to come off. Well, I need to put the bracket back on. It just kind of holds it in place there. Got another screw here, and then I gotta go back in the back here. And let me see. I think I used, let's see here, we're just gonna put this nut on here to hold it in place, right there. Sorry, my arm is in the way. Put the nut to hold it in place there. Now I gotta get back here. There's another thing right there. Get that in place. And then, yep, that's that. Looking for the other nut that went over there. Yeah, I laid everything out, but every once in a while, you're looking for something, so let's see if I can find this. Alright, well, this is going to be fun. So, I might have to clean up a little bit. Let me grab a couple things here, throw them in a box. I'll see if I can find the missing nut. And, let's see here, what we got. So, all this little piece of equipment, all these things here, and nope, still haven't found the nut. So I'll keep looking. Well, it's not over here. Okay, so what if there was a nut on there? I think this one had a nut. This one over here have a nut, or is that just? Yep. All right, we're gonna have to find a nut to put there. This is the big one here, though. This is the fun one. It's way back here, and honestly, I'll have to show you where it's at. It's interesting because it's way back here, and so there's a nut we put on, but I don't know if you can even see that. We got to go way back there. See here if there's, I don't know if we got light. Anyway, so you got to go way back here. Put this bracket on. And there it is. But the problem is, I just really not happy about doing this because I don't want to lose it. So maybe if I can get that bracket on here. Get that bracket in place. I'm gonna loosen that up just a tad bit. I think that's really where I need to go with that bracket. I need that bracket to move just a bit. There we go. I've felt the grooves now. I'll tighten it by hand. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the problem is the bracket was a little bit out of sorts. So, I'll have to get in there with a wrench. I gotta figure out what size that was. Yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna try to tighten it as far as I can without having to, and it hurts and it's cold. Right there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Whew. Okay, my fingers hurt too much. Okay, go get a wrench here. I don't know which wrench we used. Now this thing is interesting. I just bought this. This is really cool. The problem though is to get the wrenches out, you have to pull it. You have to pull this and pop them out like that. So you have to kind of set it like that. I'm gonna see if that's gonna work. That may not be the right one. Well, what did the guy say? I want to see that. Now he said it was a 13. I think he said it was a 13. So. And the more you do this, it's 12. when you're doing this during the cold, man, it hurts. But I got no choice. I got to get this thing fixed. Is that it? Yeah, that feels right. I got no choice. I've just gotta do it. Actually, I can do it a little bit more with my hands. Now that my hands are not cramped, I feel like it's getting there. I can get it tightened all the way with my fingers. Wow. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go find the bolts here. Yep. My fingers are now hurting. But it's okay. Yeah, I think it said 13. Yeah, 13. 13 is just right. Okay. I did it so much with my fingers that I think we're good. Okay. I may have to stop and let my fingers warm up a little bit. Oh man. Now my fingers don't want to work. All right. Yeah, we're getting it tight. We're almost done, but what you have to do is if you're working in the cold, and make sure you take breaks. And so I think I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to let my fingers warm up so I can finish this. I'm almost done, but I can't continue to do this. My fingers hurt too bad. Okay. Whew, all right. So I think we got that. We're gonna check it when we get back in because my fingers they're just too cold. So I'm gonna go inside. Well, man, we're getting really close. So really, all we have left, we got to plug up some different hoses there, some different wiring, and pretty much. And this is what's left that hasn't been put on, which this is just the last finishing touch. So there's a 10 millimeter. We'll probably need that. So anyway, we're going to pause. I'm going to find the bolt. Oh, there it is. Da-da-da, da-da. And go ahead and put that on. I'm feeling good. My goodness, I'm going to tell you. Okay, I'll put that on there. Yeah, it just slides on there. Yeah. And this one's here. I'm guaranteeing the wrench that I just put over there will be fine for tightening these up. And nope, that was 3/8. No. I don't know why I got a 3/8 out here. I always like to pull my tools out separately so I know. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's why it was out here. I try to pull it out so that then I know which wrench is which. However, sometimes when it gets to organization, that hurts. So swap hands. And I'm gonna go here. Well, I said that. And now, there we go. Put that box on there. Yeah, well, I thought that was right. You see that doesn't work? No, I just didn't get a handle on. Oh, that's tight. Yeah, I tightened that with my fingers pretty good. Okay. And I'm gonna go back here with my fingers again with this one. And that's pretty tight with my fingers too. All right, so we'll pause here, and then what we'll do, we'll come back. We'll put the rest on here. I'm gonna warm up just a tad bit. And then, so I've literally been out here for probably an hour and 10 minutes, and my fingers are cold. So, yeah, if you're out and about, just be careful. So, we're making some major progress. So, I hope you like this. This is Brenton from Brenton's Expedition. I'll be back for part 3. And, you know, we love mechanical stuff. We love just doing all kinds of stuff, anything that we can, all kinds of expeditions. And this has been one of them. So hope you like it. Like, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.